Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of SITV. Today, Michael and I will talk you through the Genoa versus Inter match at the Marassi. But before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let us know what you thought about the match, starting lineup, substitutions, goals, all of it. Whenever you get a 3-0 win away at the Marassi at the end of the season, you always come away happy. Although there are a couple of key things to talk about in this match. Skriniar, in my books, had the best game since the restart of the campaign. He was solid in all phases, cleaning up the back, connecting with the midfield on the right side, getting forward, joining forces with Moses and Lukaku on the right-hand side to get something going on the offense. Solid showing. Although I'm not sure why Antonio Conte took him off in the second half. Without him, we were definitely shaky as Genoa applied pressure the second half right after Skriniar was taken off and came close to tying the game on a number of occasions. Ranocchia was shaky at the back, as we have seen, although he had a decent showing in the first half. Second half was not in his favor. He made mental mistakes that we've seen from him, and that was a real head scratcher from Conte that could have really backfired. Biragi had a strong game as well on the left-hand side, providing a beautiful cross for the first goal from that Inter scored from Lukaku's header. Brilliant header, brilliant cross, beautiful to watch all across. Nothing defenders could do about it. Eriksen as well, starting to really understand what Conte wants from him in his role, and he's really tracking back, really understanding and being a core part of his team, growing in confidence with every game, and he had a really good first half as well, connecting really well with Lukaku and Lautaro in attack, and we saw that Lautaro as well, he's not exactly out of his slump, and the sooner the transfer saga is sorted, he will be better off, and as well as Inter. He was not as sharp, not as clinical that we saw in the first half of the season. If it wasn't for that, we would have probably scored a couple more goals in the first half. Gagliardini as well, we'll come back to him. As usual, the momentum killer. I think the first half of the game, we should have really scored more goals and put the game to bed because Genoa really didn't have anything going in their favor in the first half of the game. They really grew in confidence in the second half right after we made the substitution. Michael, what was your thoughts on the game?
Overall reaction of the second half is a bit mixed. I feel we took the foot off the gas a little bit, and Genoa started to show a little bit of a resurgency into the game. They were getting a lot more chances, and things did start looking a little bit shaky towards the end, right up until basically Alexis scored a rather fortuitous goal, but a goal nonetheless. And it was brilliant play from Victor Moses, who I thought had a really good game. Really punished Crescito for his lack of pace, and he just beat him repeatedly every time. So Victor Moses had a good game. And other than that, the second half it just seemed a bit lackluster in terms, like for the first 20-30 minutes of the second half at least, just in terms of what we can normally do. And again, it showed that general tendency to let the opposition back into the game when we're only one goal up. Did please me that we were able to grab that second goal eventually, and then a third goal, just to put the icing on top of the cake, really. Just to boost Lukaku's stats a little bit as well, which, well, it is what it is, and he keeps banging them in. Other than that, there wasn't really much else to note of in the second half. Like I said, there did nothing much really happened. It was good to see Pandev come on, a bit of an Inter favourite, and obviously plays for Genoa now, and he's getting on a bit in year, so how much they expected him to impact the game could be a little bit left wanted, but it's good to see him on the pitch. So other than that, there's not really much else I can say, but it was still a solid performance, and it's good to see out the 3 points. Good to keep a clean sheet for the first time in what feels like 6 or 7 months, and really positive. Let's keep it up. So my top for tonight is none other than Romelu Lukaku. I just feel like he was the best player on the pitch tonight, and his 2 goals really capped off a brilliant performance. And it's strange having a player who is so instrumental to how your result goes, and whether or not he's actually able to perform at his best can really determine how your result pans out. So tonight I think proved that a little bit. He was given a little bit more freedom from the Genoa defenders than what he usually gets from, let's say, more qualified defenders, for lack of a better expression. His 2 goals tonight were just, solid finishes, especially his second one. His second goal really shows his quality at driving at defenders, his ability to take people on, and his just composure to finish. So his 23rd Serie A goal in his Serie A debut season, which is no mean feat to say the least. And he's now 29 goals in all competitions. So one more, there's only been 3 other players for Inter who've managed to score more than 30 goals in a season. And that's Ronaldo, Eto'o and Milito over the past 30 years. And if he manages to bag another 1 or 2 goals, he's going to be in great company. And he's really proven himself to be a fan favourite this season, and there's no wonder why. It's not just his goal scoring contribution; it's his team play as well, which really can't go unlooked. So that's my top for tonight.
For me, the flop of the match is Roberto Gagliardini. Yet again, he is the momentum killer going forward on attack. Antonio Conte tries to play out the back from the center defenders through the midfield, through the attackers. But with somebody like Gagliardini, who is only hell-bent on playing the passes down the wings and to the sides instead of going direct through the middle, even when there's a glaring opportunity, you can't really have a consistent attack. And that's what we see time and again, and we tend to struggle at times. And we were very pedestrian, and in large part due to his involvement in the center of the park. So for me, Roberto Gagliardini, flop of the match. But the good thing is, he's not there next match, so maybe there's a new candidate.